Hello, my name is Erica Hess, and I have chosen the song Same Love by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis as my piece for Everyone's a Critic. The song starts out with a major triad on a synthesizer with a simple piano melody on top that goes a little bit like this. And it comes in at about that pianissimo dynamic level. This simple piano accompaniment goes on, repeats itself, and as it goes on, chimes, violins, cellos, and bells come in at different rhythmic values that make it sort of challenging to hear this line. And this sort of goes along with the message that the music is trying to convey. It's a simple message that everyone is equal, and specifically we should accept and normalize gay marriage. So after it gets a little challenging to hear this, the music stops completely, and you hear silence for a moment to sort of take in what's going on. And then the actual main portion of the music starts with a different piano accompaniment that is sort of a melodic and a harmonic line that remains stable throughout the rest of the song. It goes like this. And that one line continues throughout the rest of the song and gets kind of stuck in your head. And the dynamics also come in at a more mezzo forte, like here's the message, here's where we're starting the music kind of idea. So the rapper Macklemore starts off explaining his childhood and progressively taps into how it gets harder in his life when he thought he was gay as a child. And this kind of parallels the music because it just starts out with that piano accompaniment and grows, adding a couple more elements of music like the beat and the synthesizer again. So when the chorus comes in, there's a total timbre change when a woman sings the chorus named Mary Lambert, who is also a gay woman, and she sings the words, "And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to." And that one little segment of melody repeats and repeats and repeats for the chorus. And it's very interesting that he chose her not only because she is a gay woman, but her voice is sort of, she's very confident in herself and declamatory, but she's really nice to listen to. And she uses the words, "She keeps me warm." So it's kind of this idea, the comfortability with keeping someone warm and, you know, accepting this declamatory style of singing, but also really nice to listen to. And this difference in timbre between rapping and a singing voice is an element of the music that I think Macklemore and Ryan Lewis have interjected for a very specific purpose of keeping the audience engaged, as well as putting it against this stagnant, melodic, and harmonic sort of pedal tone that remains constant throughout the rest of the piece. Because when the second verse comes in, there's a simpler beat that comes in as opposed to all of the other instruments that were in the chorus, which I think in the second verse, he taps into today's issues in society, which, though it can be complicated, because they're using a thin orchestral line that parallels the simplicity of the issue, that it shouldn't remain a complicated issue, that everyone's equal, and that's the point they're trying to get across. In the second time you hear the chorus, you hear a faint woman singing in the background underneath Mary Lambert, and she's sort of supporting her, and that is another effect that I think Macklemore and Ryan Lewis are trying to convey. Then there's a short instrumental portion where a trombone comes in with a very different timbre that could be the voice of someone else, perhaps a male with a lower voice, who's also supporting the issue. So as the piece ends, you can kind of tell that the way they've structured it dynamically, as well as the form of the piece, is sort of like a hairpin. Starts off pianissimo, grows just as the message becomes a little more important and kind of speech-like, and then it layers back it unlayers, unfolding each part, dropping the beat, dropping the voice, back to that one major triad of the synthesizer that you heard in the beginning, and that's very obvious to the listener, just to come back to that one simple message. And as Macklemore and Ryan Lewis end the piece with just Mary Lambert singing a round of just the words, love is patient, love is kind, and just that one, love is patient, love is kind. And it's that one element of repetitive rhythmicity that we have in life, our heartbeat, and this steady tempo that they include in this piece goes along with exactly what we were talking about in class. The comfortability that we have with, this regularity of the beat that we like to hear, and we sort of cater to that, and we like to organize our own music around such elements of tempo like that. And I also think that the proximity of the notes within the piece is not a large interval at all, which is also what our ears are drawn to. So without people even knowing, why they may or may not like this piece because they haven't dissected these specific elements of it, they're drawn to it, and they're left with this one message that is repeated at the end: love is patient, love is kind, and everyone is equal. So I hope you enjoy the interviews that you are about to see with 4 people who both enjoyed and did not enjoy the piece as much.
Alright, well, my name is Kevin. I'm a big fan of music. I've always been. I like to call myself an artist as well. I guess music to me has always been something that's pretty dear to my heart. The expression, the quality. There's definitely lyrical content. I'm more of a lyrics guy than a beats guy.
So Kevin, how do you feel about this specific piece of music?
I feel like there was obviously a message coming through it. The message is one that in today's day and age a lot of people can relate to. There still are unfortunately some people that would have a problem with the song simply because of the message. But I think music is the truest form of expression, and if that's how they feel like they need to express what's going on in their life, what's, I don't want to call it an issue, but, if it almost seemed like that was a problem for them coming into the song. But music is expression, and if that's how you express yourself, then I'm all for it.
So I know you said that you're more of a lyric person.
Absolutely.
But if you had to tap into the actual music content, like the beat or any element of the music that you are aware of, what would you say adds to your opinion of the piece?
Well, again, I try to focus more on the lyrics, but I feel like the beat itself was, for me, a little complex at times for what was going on lyrically. I feel like at some points it was almost confusing to me.
Okay. So it's almost as if the beat didn't coincide with what the lyrics were saying.
I just felt like there was a little too much going on with the beat. It could have been a little more simplistic, and the music, the verse, the lyrics themselves could have put their point across a little better. Okay.
So are there any specific points in the song that you particularly liked or didn't like?
I mean, again, I guess I enjoyed the song because of it's someone literally expressing themselves. Like, I feel like that was from the heart. That wasn't something that they saw somewhere else and just kind of tried to take themselves and run with. And again, I guess that's more of me being a lyrics guy. You express yourself. You're telling your story. You can tell that that's something genuine.
Do you feel that the give and take between, rap and the chorus that used like actual vocal line was beneficial or detrimental to the song?
I guess I'm kind of neutral on that standpoint.
Okay. If you were to have written the song or to have, been able to put your own spin on it, what would you change about it? If you could choose one or as many things as you want.
Well, I guess really the one thing I would have dumbed the beat down a little bit, for lack of a better term. I just would have dumbed it down. It would have been a little more simplistic.
Okay.
I would say I like the song. Again, more for the lyrical content than for what may have, I don't want to say turned me off, but what may have, I can't think of a good word, but again, the beat was a little extra for me. But I'm a lyrics guy, so I would say I liked it absolutely more than I disliked it.
So, say the song was a completely different message, completely different lyrics, with the same music. Would you say that you probably wouldn't have liked the song? Like, say if it was just any pop song lyrics that's on the radio about someone falling in love with someone else.
If I felt that the lyrics were genuine, which I feel like they were, I would still feel the same way. And if I felt like someone was trying to create themselves a profile, then I wouldn't like it because of the lyrics.
Because of the lyrics.